So, we're going to start a series. So, I'm going to explain to you how a woman can break a strong man, why you lose yourself, how you can prevent it. But most importantly in this video, it'll be mainly how women, and it's most of the time it's subconsciously, a woman won't even know that she's doing it. Think about it. Most of the time women don't even know where they want to eat, right? And I love women. I have a loving mother. I don't come from a background of mommy issues, things like that, but I'm giving you game, okay? Because as a man, there's things that the world doesn't teach you. There's things at school, sometimes your father, sometimes people don't have an older brother, don't teach you. And there's psychology, biology, neurology that go into this, and you don't even know because you're taught. And I have notes on this. This is actually a notebook that has a lot of value to me and from my past, not only, and it still maintains value in the future. You know, I got stuff here. How to 500. This was when I was doing NFTs, when NFTs was a big thing back in 2020. Okay, part 2, social blade, social life. Then I got into altcoins. This is when I was looking for a new contract for my box truck company, Ryder Last Mile. I wish they had dates on it. Okay, breaking down the numbers, 6 a.m. This is where I was once comparing employees, what one brought to the table, one other. I was gonna fire somebody, has a car, hard worker, reliable. No car, likes to drink and stay up, shows up late. Let's break into what you're here for. This is about to get dicey. And it could become, and this is also something that can be controversial, right? As a man, you're not gonna ask a girl how to get a girl, okay? Because they're gonna give you advice. They're gonna give you the soft stuff. They're gonna give you the, bring her flowers, give her all your time, give her all your attention, do everything she asks of you, never make her mad. You know, you're not gonna ask a fish how to catch a fish. Why is he gonna give his own ways away? You throw the reel, boom. As soon as you throw it in, make sure you have this type of lure, make sure you have this type of casting meat, make sure you have this type of fucking fishing rod that can hold so many pounds. So as soon as you throw it, I'm gonna look for that lure, I'm gonna look for that meat, it's gonna attract me, I'm gonna bite, and you're gonna take me out the water. You're gonna kill me, you're gonna eat me. Why would I tell you that? Understand that, okay? So listen. Woo. At first, okay? These are pages like, you know? Oh wow, I still have these drawings. That's fucking crazy. I didn't even make this. Alright. At first, you're a strong man with frame. You're respected. At the gym at the gym early, everyone knows you're a man that's building something and that's grounded, right? You're sorted. So you meet a girl. She tells you she's never felt this safe before. She tells you you're her superhero. She sees you as her hero. Now, these things are words, are lies that all men have felt for, and you need to go through this stuff, okay? It's gonna hurt, but listen, stay with me, okay? Fast forward. You're still with the same girl. You're no longer the same man. You're more anxious. You're constantly checking your phone. You rehearse what you're going to tell her to avoid an argument. You cancel the gym because she had a hard day. You feel guilty because you're putting your body over her, over her needs. Your ambition doesn't die, but you tone it down to her needs because she tells you you're too obsessed. You slowly lose your edge. Listen to that. There's subconsciously biology, neurology that goes into this. And I will tell you wholeheartedly, I believe women are genuinely here in this world to love, nourish, care for men. Now there's women who have had very bad experiences, and there's also very evil men. Just like there's very evil women, and I've experienced both ends, the beauty of women And, when a girl wants to be player, have fun, do her thing, yada yada, still lie in your face, yada yada. I've experienced that too. I've been with multiple women, and as a man, you need to. Now, this, I can say to an extent, can be dark psychology, because it's almost like, biblically, those aren't the things you're supposed to be doing, right? And I'm referring to being with multiple women, this and that, because you're not supposed to be, lusting, and you're not supposed to be, what would you consider that? Where you're doing sexual stuff, things like that. I don't know the proper word, but my point is, there's a lot of these things that go against protocol and go against what the world tells you. Now listen, most women don't consciously plan to break a strong man. The emotional mechanism running in their brain, running inside of them, will tell them to do it automatically. If you don't understand what I'm saying, hold on. There's biology, like I said, cold, relentless, non-negotiables to this. Like, women will constantly verify that you're still that man that she met. Okay, and I'm gonna tell you how, and I will get more in depth in the video, more in depth. So women will constantly verify that you're still that man, right? The man she met, the man that was grounded, strong, with frame. Okay, you get what I'm saying here. Follow along. Now, women are wired, like I said, both body and brain, to ask herself, can you protect her? Can he provide for me? How does he react to pressure? And in her nervous system, a strong man equals safety. Here's the thing. Here's the paradox, okay? When a woman feels safe, her nervous system won't just relax, okay? This is where it starts getting tricky a little bit. Follow along with me. This is the start of her testing you. Her brain chemistry will push micro challenges to see if you're still holding firm as a man. The modern world, dating apps, DMs, constant attention, her brain will start feeding the illusion of infinite options, right? So, this is every woman, okay? And this is normal. Keep following along. And you're gonna say, bro, like you almost too understanding of a woman right now. Like I feel like you're almost against bro code. You're almost like, no, listen to me, because you have to understand the woman to know how this shit works, okay? Because getting a woman, keeping a woman are two different things, and those involve two different things: charisma, excitement, right? Confidence, stoicism, etc. I could go on for that. I could go on on that, and that'll be a different video. Now, I could even show you guys in person how you do this. I'm not in that chapter of my life right now, but if it's something that's sought after, because not everybody has that guidance, not everybody has that confidence, not everybody has the mentality, I'm willing to put myself on the line, get rejected, also get numbers, also get dates, whatever the case you guys want to see. I'll do it for the sake of you guys, not because I'm seeking validation, but because I'm really here and I was put on this earth to build something, have meaningful connections, influence, inspire, etc. Okay? And all those things to me would be, at this point, at this chapter of my life, would be 100% meaningless, right? I would do it for the sake of you guys, but I'm just not in that chapter of my life. To me, it's just pointless and meaningless right now. Now. We were talking about how women get fed the illusion of infinite options, that there's always somebody richer, stronger, taller, more emotionally available, right? And understand that there are corporations quietly profiting from this. Okay, there's a reason you are fed what you're fed on your social medias. There's a reason why her TikToks, her Instagram, her Facebook are fed with posts, quotes, videos of all these things that men do for their girl and this and that, yada yada yada. Because there's corporations that feed and build and profit off you doom scrolling, off of weak men. And I'm gonna get into that. Listen, This is how destruction starts. Okay, so unresolved wounds with a father, unresolved wounds with past partners, unresolved wounds with other men will result in you not just being her partner, okay, but you'll be the stand for every man who hurt or disappointed her, okay? She subconsciously says within herself, will he abandon me too? Or can I trust his strength? Let me test. The testing begins. It's never logical in the woman's brain, it's neurological. Okay? Now, she'll pick fights over something trivial, contradicts your decisions. She'll contradict your decisions more or less in front of others or in private. And she'll push your boundaries to see what you do. Her brain will be running an emotional mechanism to see, and she'll question, is he who he says he is? Okay? And most of you at this point might start relating, or at this point you might start realizing, like, you know what, she was, or things of that nature, right? And then once the testing begins, this is where strong men start to fall. Okay? Instead of holding your ground, you over explain or negotiate, or you apologize for things you don't believe you did wrong. And in that moment, there's a dopamine shift. Why? I'm going to tell you why. Not only does the dynamic start changing a little bit here from what it was to there's a dopamine shift. And what I mean by that, you no longer become purpose driven, mission centered. You become relationship centered, right? Listen to this. Your dopamine used to come from discipline, wins, mission, progress. Now it comes from her approval, affection, texts that say, I'm no longer mad at you, right? Okay. This is conditioning. Intermittent reinforcement, okay? Your brain gets hooked on small doses of affection, right? Your dopamine will start to skyrocket when she gives you little gifts. And I don't mean physical gifts. I'm talking about she's no longer mad at you, so she's gonna come home, hug you, kiss you. Oh, give me a hug, please. I miss you so much. Now your brain is rewiring to gain dopamine and get excitement and this and that from those type of things. Like I said, no longer mission focused, relationship centered. Okay? This is what's considered addiction level brain chemistry, right? So why I say that is because over time your inner world starts to feminize. You become relationship centered, not mission centered. You start asking what will make her happy, not what do I want to build, what do I want to live for, etc. There's an identity erosion loop, okay? Because this thing will continue to happen. She'll test you, you'll fold, and repeat. But hold on. She starts losing respect, okay? You chase harder, she feels less safe. This is psychology, right? And there's a time and there's a point where even women will not recognize this. And sometimes, majority of the time, a woman will love you, but if she no longer respects you and abides by what you say, you can't lead her anymore. She still loves you. It's not going to work. It won't work, okay? Love is never enough, okay? You will repeat this cycle until the strong man is gone. Brutal practicality, okay? These are the slow signs of a broken man, okay? You start canceling the things that build you. Your language softens. You go from leadership to permission seeking. What I mean by that is you go from I'll be working late tonight to is it okay if I work late tonight? Everything becomes a negotiation contract, right? Instead of it being a statement of direction. Okay? Now, you start over communicating, okay? And you don't do it out of being understood, you do it. Cause you could do something so small, right? You went out of your way, you did something so small, a tedious task, right? You over explain. Why? Not to be understood. You do it out of fear. You do it because you want to avoid a punishment. You do it because you want to avoid the argument. That's the come, right? Because she didn't agree. This and that. She didn't give you permission. Right? It's a cycle. Right? Most men don't pick up on these things. They'll think, oh, she left me. She this, she that. But I'm going to give you, and I'm going to tell you something very harsh. Stick with me. But this is the stuff you need. This is the stuff, and I'll tell you how to rebuild from this, and I'll tell you how to pick yourself up from this, because most of the time, like I said, you think you doing more, you think you over explaining, you think you buying her more gifts, you this, you that, is gonna keep her, brother. When a woman is gone, she's gone. Okay, that's the truth. And like I said, I've been with multiple women. I've lived with women. Women have lived with me. So this isn't come from me having one girlfriend and I'm speaking game. It doesn't work like that. Okay? This is years. I'm 24. Okay? And you may say, look how you're living. Brother, I've amassed to hundreds of thousands. I've amassed to status. I've amassed to being a respected man, etc. And I can go into that on other videos. And we will amass right back to that. That's the journey we're on right now. We're overcoming and getting past our past in regards of a drug addiction, old ways, old habits, old routines. I'm doing it as you guys watch me every single day for the sake of knowing this is part of my purpose, okay? So, another thing, you're walking on eggshells in your guys' home or just throughout the day. Brother, at that point, do you understand? Consciously, subconsciously, it's a fucking draining, it's a draining task. You understand that? I know you do. I don't need to tell you that. But I'm hoping some of these points I'm making, they start clicking with you. There's a random car that just pulled up. It's an Audi. I've never seen this car. Alright, back to what I was saying. Sacrificing your edge for her comfort. You'll lose your edge. The respect she had for you. And she'll leave anyways. You lose both. You lost yourself, you lost your edge, and you lost her. Because you thought it was the right thing to do. No, brother. Brother. It's a cold world, brother. It's a very cold world. Okay? Some of these things women don't even realize until after the fact. And because there's programs running emotionally in the background, subconsciously, in their brain. You know what I'm saying? So, what you need to do, you need to become grounded, stoic, calm, with direction. When she pushes boundaries constantly, create a strong line. Don't explain or educate, thinking it's creating clear communication, better communication, okay? Because her brain will read one thing. Her brain will read, this man doesn't enforce reality. I'm not safe to trust his leadership. When a woman feels like she can no longer trust your leadership, attraction dies for you. Her attraction will die for you. You're confused, thinking being endlessly patient made you good, but in her nervous system, it made you weak, okay? And you got to understand these things because you're going to be confused. You're going to think, well, why? I gave her more time. I gave her more patience. I gave her more explanations. I gave her what she wanted. You thought that's what she wanted because she thinks that's what she wants. Okay? You got to step back. This is where you have to step back. Okay? Now, and I'll explain how and why this happens. We live in a culture that no longer trusts masculinity. And I tell you why. Men are told to be vulnerable, soft, and emotionally available. Right? But no one says be unshakable. Set boundaries. Lead. Okay? Men swing to total softness. Okay? And at the same fucking time, women are told on social media, If a man is leading, he's controlling. If he sets boundaries, he's toxic. If he says no, he's abusive. Right? And like I said, there's corporations, entities that are profiting from this. And I'll tell you how this becomes a cycle. Just follow along. Every time you step into healthy masculinity, she'll have 100 TikToks and posts ready to label you. A man with standards is now a problem. Okay? Don't be mad at the women is out here posting this, doing that. Because at the end of the day, women are emotional creatures. Women want attention. Okay? That is normal. Now, there is things that you cannot come back from. So if a girl is making specific posts, she's going on dates, you find out, or she's been touched, she's been fucked on by another man, you don't go back to that. I'm not going to elaborate on that, but we're going to keep it brief right now. Now, meanwhile, social media and dating apps keep telling her more and more and more. There's always a man out there stronger, richer, hotter, more emotionally available. Meanwhile, corporations and institutions are quietly benefiting. That's the honest truth, okay? Why and how? I'll tell you how. A broken man is easy to control. He consumes more and he rebels less, right? Think about that time you became weak, okay? Think about that time you just went through that chapter of your life where you're just doom scrolling, okay? You go to work, you come home, you doom scroll. You go to work, you come home. It's a cycle. You don't have no ambitions. You don't have a mission. You don't have no goals, right? You come home, your girl's giving you shit, you're this, you're that, and for the sake of you being tired, for the sake of you not wanting to argue, you agree, you give in, you fold. That comes with a price. That comes with a price tag, brother. That you now indebted yourself to, and you will pay it slowly but surely over time, baby. So follow along. A broken man will numb himself with distractions. Okay? So understand, destruction of a strong man is never personal, it's profitable. So there's a moment where all this breaks, okay? Everything falls apart. This is the moment where most men now know it's coming, okay? What happens is it breaks. The cycle breaks, everything falls apart. She'll tell you she doesn't see you the same no more. She'll tell you she's not attracted to you no more. Whatever the case may be. Whatever her form of breaking up with you may be, if she has the courage to tell you honestly, like, I don't want to be with you no more, cool. But there's other ways women will subtly tell you, and they don't want to leave you. They still love you, but like I said, if there's no respect, love isn't enough. There's no loyalty, love isn't enough, okay? So, she'll tell you changed, okay? Now you're alone, okay? This is where I focus on you guys. Now you're alone, okay? At first, we were kind of focused on the women, a little bit of their neurology, biology, psychology. This is where you learn, because now you're alone. Now you're alone. All this time that you thought you were trying to save it, all this time that you thought by doing more you were this, over explaining that, etc. All that time that you should have walked away because it was past that. All that time that you knew she was no longer involved in what you guys had going on. This is where you pay the price for overstaying your stay, when you are no longer appreciated but tolerated. Okay? Listen. Men go to dark places. You start numb scrolling, thinking you weren't enough, thinking you're just broken, and worst of all, some men think about ending it all, right? And the thought of that breaks me, because there is men out there who end up on the news. Their girlfriend cheated on them, or they played in their face, they whatever. Brother, never kill yourself. Because I'm going to tell you something from experience. When you have had your heart broken, you've been played with, yada, yada, yada. But after the heartbreak, you will gain unlimited energy. But let me not speak too deeply on that just yet. You will gain unlimited energy. And I'm going to tell you something. When you can amass something, a man that's respected, that has financial stability, you're courage, you're confident, you're charismatic, and you have status, now you have women. You'll have the cars, you'll have the lifestyle, you'll have the money, you'll have the peace. And guess what? The girl that did you so wrong at that point in your life, or the girl that left you for the sake of her family, etc., she will watch you endlessly. She will keep up with you. She'll keep tabs on you. She'll text you. She'll drunk call you. I lived every single one of those things, right? But that feeling that I had was a feeling I never had again. Like I can never ever replace with anything else besides simply doing the work, overcoming hardships, and becoming something of value. Okay? Now, for me, it's a little bit easier to speak on this. But if you had told me this information when I was going through my first heartbreak and I was going through my first hardship with my first girlfriend that I genuinely loved, it was hard to understand. But mentally, you got to become strong. Keep in mind, a strong body creates a stronger mind. So, this is what goes on next. Meanwhile, her mind can't logically explain why she's done. Although she may still love you, okay? This is what happens. Her body won't feel the same excitement you used to bring her, okay? Her nervous system does not trust your strength no more. You may even feel guilty, or I'm sorry, she might even also feel guilty, but a part of her will also feel relieved, okay? This is facts, okay? You have to understand this. You have to swallow that hard pill. And there's a harder pill that's coming that I need you guys to listen to, and you're going to have to swallow it. But that will give you clarity, and it'll give you the will to keep going. You became safe, not strong. And in her biology, those are two different things, okay? You don't want to be the guy that she just feels safe with. You know what friends do? Make you feel safe. You know what a girl does to a nice man? She feels safe with him. But guess what? The other guy who brings her excitement, who gives her that adrenaline, who brings that a little bit of problems just to kind of give her a dopamine spike, but who also gives her a thrill, memories, excitement. Guess what he's doing? He's sitting there knocking her down, gang. You don't want to be the nice guy. You don't want to be the guy that just brings comfort. Believe me. Okay? Now, this is the bitter truth. Attraction is not charity. Attraction is not sympathy. Okay? Women don't stay. See, that's my mom testing my dad, telling him, I want you to help me. You don't want to be here with me? My dad's like, I gotta finish this. I gotta finish putting this on the wood floor. That was a perfect example. And look, my dad's just joking it off. You see? They just kissed it off, whatever. She tested it. And subconsciously, she doesn't even know what she's doing. She doesn't. She does not know what she's doing. And she's not doing it in a harmful way at first. You know? This, like, my parents are very healthy. They've been together for over 20 years, I believe. But that was a perfect example. Okay? Now, listen. Attraction is not clarity. Attraction is not charity. Attraction is not sympathy. Women don't stay attracted because you suffered for her. She stays because you stay yourself. Okay? When you trade self-respect for her comfort, you will eventually lose both. All women, admit it or not, is wired to respect strength over sacrifice. Look, this is where I need you to pick up on these signs. When a woman no longer respects you, when there's no respect in the relationship, it causes her love to curdle. When a woman no longer respects you, it'll cause her love for you to curdle into irritation. She might even resent you. She might even, and you'll start picking up on these signs the way that she sighs at you. You'll start picking up the signs that you'll start picking up the signs when she rolls her eyes at you, the way she rolls her eyes at you, the way she might just sit there on her phone scrolling while you're sitting there trying to talk to her, the way that her body, like, you'll pick up on these signs. And I'm just trying to think of, things that I've been through in the past personally, or just, even things that I've seen online, hoping that they ring a bell in your mind so you can pick up on them and you understand. Now, the hardest pill to swallow is her tests were never the problem. This is what I was getting at. Her tests are never the problem, okay? Every woman is wired this way, to test you. The problem was your reaction. That's the real problem. Your response. Your response, your reaction, that was the fucking problem, okay? Because testing is part of the biological emotional mechanism of a woman. It's how her system asks, are you still solid? When you collapse, over and over, you train her nervous system to see you are unstable. Catch that. Okay? So when you're tested, when you fold, how you react, they're all for a reason. Because her nervous system, whether she wants to or not, her nervous system will then be wired to see and think that you are not stable. Okay? School, teachers, and most fathers don't teach you this. Society tells you be nice, agreeable, don't upset her, etc. But never told you be grounded, have principles, and be willing to walk away. Are you following me, brother? I do this shit out of love. I do this shit for the game, brother. I do this shit because I care. You know what I'm saying? And as a man, you can love a girl. There's girls that I loved wholeheartedly that I was forced to walk away from. Some circumstances were different. There was times where I was played. Times where I was cheated on. Caught the girl. Allowed her back in my life. This is why I tell you. Because I'm somebody who's done it. And I don't want you to fall for this shit. Allowed her back in my life. I had proof of her cheating on me. Full-blown video of her making out with another dude a week after I had got right back with her. Guess what I said? I believe that she was just drunk. She blacked out. What? This is what I tell you. And I have no shame in telling you that because I had to learn the hard way. Right? So, the final page. Okay? This is where I focus a lot more on you guys and tell you what you need to do. How you're going to move past this. How you're going to overcome this. And just keep in mind, if it's meant to be, and as long as she didn't cross like the major red lines in regards of, oh, while you were away, she went, cheated, or not cheated, she went away and immediately started fucking other guys. Or she started going on dates immediately, you know? Things of that nature. She's out here party clubbing, popping bottles, whatever. A girl's gonna try and distract herself. That's what girls do. Now, there's a right way to do it, a wrong way to do it. Whatever falls within your guidelines, whatever falls within your beliefs of what and what can't be done, then go for it. If it doesn't, walk away entirely. Like, don't even expect. Like, you know, because the moment you see that stuff, and okay, all right. Here's the thing. There's beauty in knowing a lot of people, being connected, and having networks, right? Because you'll be told, one way or another, hey, are you still with so-and-so? Oh, really? Okay, I figured, because I seen her at this or that, or I heard about her texting, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying? And when you hear those type of stuff, it's going to be up to you if you're going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, fuck it, or nah, I ain't doing that. Like, oh, you know? Then you'll get to a point where you're like, oh, you know what? Oh, yeah, I'm not with her no more, but I really don't care to hear anything about her. That's where it gets you, right? And I've been in both places. Now, this is where you return to your core. You rebuild your life around your body. You train. You have non-negotiables. Your mind, you start learning and reading. You start sharpening it. You share time in silence with nature. You reflect. Even when nobody claps, okay? You set boundaries, real ones. You say no calmly. You stop over explaining. You decide behaviors that are acceptable in your life. You enforce without drama. You rewire your nervous system from approval seeking to grounded presence. You do this with breath work, cold exposure, physical challenges, time away from digital stimulation. You choose partners differently. You don't chase chaos and call it passion. You look for women who respect masculine leadership, aware of their own patterns, who want to build with you, not reshape you. Seriously. Most important, you detach from the outcome. Okay? And these are fundamental laws. You cannot control her feelings. You can only control your character. If she stays, she'll stay. If she leaves, you remain. You also reconnect with brotherhood, with men who hold you to a standard, men on the same or similar mission. All this to become pro-self. You're not doing this because, oh, now you hate women. You're not doing it. No, you're doing this to become pro-self, okay? Pro-self-respect. Honest truth, in the end, a strong man is not the one. I'm going to start wrapping it up here. But I'm going to tell you something. And this is the honest God truth, okay? A strong man is not a man that no woman can break, okay? At some point, some way, you will be broken. But when it's repetitive, consistently, that's when it's a problem, okay? So at some point, understand you will be broken by a woman, okay? But a strong man is the one who rebuilds with deeper clarity, harder boundaries, unshakable strength, right? But understand, a woman can only break a man who abandoned himself first. That is the truth. That is the hard pill to swallow. Understand that. Really take that in. You can't blame a woman. You can't grow if you don't take accountability. You know? You know where the woman was wrong also. But don't go out here, oh, but you did this. Bro, that shit's in the past. Let it go. You sitting here, you arguing with her, you this, you that. For what? The respect is gone. Her nervous system doesn't trust you. She doesn't see you as somebody with leadership skills. You're not a strong man in her frame anymore. Stop arguing. Remove yourself. That's rerouted negative energy. Instead of using it for something productive, you're just rerouting it to something that's no longer. Now, there's one more thing I want to talk about. Women, understand this. This is why men crash out. This is why men do what they do, etc. Because most men don't have the wisdom. Most men don't have the patience, etc. So listen. When a man and a woman break up, I ultimately believe, let me start here. I really do believe, like I said, that women are here to nourish, cherish, stand behind men, love men, and etc. But the issue is, women, when they break up with a man, or just when a woman and a man break up, right? Ultimately, a woman has a lot more options readily available, especially if the girl's pretty, right? Pretty privilege is a real thing. Understand that. Accept it. The world's not fair. It never will be. Okay? So understand this. And same thing, pretty privilege for a man is very much a thing. Understand that. So that's why you need to become the best version of yourself. You need to get in the gym. You need to whiten your teeth. You need to clear up your face, skin. You need to clear up the clarity of your skin. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. You need to maintain with a haircut, get your eyebrows done, whatever it is that makes you feel the best and you know you're at your most peak state, do that. So check this out. A woman will have a woman will have options readily available. She can, as soon as she breaks up with you, she'll post a thirst trap, she'll post a picture of herself, she'll this, she'll that, she'll start getting subtle hints that she's single now, yada yada. Guess what? Men are not dumb. Men will pick up on that. So, guess what a man does? Swipes up, texts her, whatever, slowly makes a joke, whatever, man, or a man, if he's at work with her, he'll slowly start what's called, men will start, if they work together, they find out she's single, man will start what's called, they'll break your physical boundary. with a woman. And understand this. This is what happens. As a man, first thing it starts off like, bro, stop. Or like, really? Like, you're so ugly. It's like, just a little tap. Just a little tap. Nothing. Why? Because you're going to see how she reacts to how you touched her. Okay? Eventually, it becomes a little bit more than a touch. It becomes, ow. Or just in a joking manner. Everything is passive in a joking manner. Until evidently you realize this girl does not stop you. Or will not say, hey, don't touch me. Or, hey, you know what? I really don't feel comfortable when you touch me. That's when I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, no, she's not fucking with me. But when a girl allows it, even just very subtly or whatever, that's when a man knows he has the green light, okay? So, understand this. A woman will start going on dates. A woman will start going out, clubbing, partying. A woman will start yada, yada, yada. Most women will not sit there and really work on themselves. Most women, if they're over you in that manner, they will not stay home, go to church, try to really, really, really dissect where things went wrong, try to understand herself a little bit better so she can become a better version for yourself when you guys come back together. Most women won't do that. Now, men crash out because they see this girl that they love so deeply, this girl that only they thought they had access to, only this girl that they thought only they were fucking on, now out here on a yacht, now out here on a boat, now out here at the sand dunes, now out here at wherever. And you're going crazy, bro. You're fucking mad. Oh, you're gonna find this guy. Oh, you're gonna kill him. Brother, you're crashing out. Like Montana 700 said, life, fuck crashing out, man. Life's so good. You can amass something huge. A woman's revenge is almost instantly. A man's revenge takes time, but lasts forever. If you redirect your energy to good things, okay? Right now, especially if you're not a man of status, you don't have the money, you don't have the confidence, the charisma, you don't have the courage, you will struggle, you will suffer. But the first time around is going to be the hardest time. The hardest part. Because you're building all of that. You're building all those building stones within you that you'd never had. But when you've had them, okay, you understand this. You're like, oh, fuck it. Let's do it again. And then you'll go find yourself another girl. You'll take her on dates and, you know, things like, it's the same thing. Just like now, she was enjoying herself. She was out partying. She was out going, you know, to bars, going to Stampedes or going this, going that. Brother, now guess what? It's your turn. But at this point, you're no longer focused on her, nor are you thinking or do you have a bad heart towards her, nothing. At this point, you've genuinely become and overcame so much hardship and endured so much pain while she was doing all that. Now you're over the girl. You're wholeheartedly focused on a mission. You have massive financial stability. You're courageous. You have confidence, etc. Now you're just living life, you know? So remember that. Keep that deeply within you. And the game must be played. Never hate the game. Hate the player. Become a better player. Don't wish your life was easier. Wish you were better. Okay? Appreciate y'all. Again, don't crash out. Just keep going. Stay dangerous, my brother.